Good evening. It is time for today's Tax Talk. I'm your host. I'm attorney Stephen Leahy. It is Tuesday, Crypto Tuesday, the December 29th, I believe, year of our Lord, 2021. 28th, that's the 28th of December, year of our Lord, 2021. The days go by, coming to the end, 2021. There's always lots of talk about the past year and the countdown lists and things like that. We're not going to do that, but we are going to talk a little bit about 2021 and what to expect in the next year. Won't you join us? Okay, so it is Crypto Tuesday. We talk a lot of, obviously it's Crypto Tuesday. We talk about cryptocurrencies and tax implications of cryptocurrencies. But, the real promise of crypto is in the exchange and the technology behind cryptocurrency, blockchain, and what is the promise there? What is going on with the promise of the blockchain? And it's so much more than just crypto. We on the thumbnail, you'll see that we talk about NAOs, Decentralized Autonomous Organizations. We did a story about that, and I've tried to find it before we got on air. We did a story about that a couple of months ago in I believe it was Washington. I'm going to try to dig up that story, and they're trying to make it legal there or do some legal paving to make these more doable. These autonomous organizations. We also talk about the NFTs, non-fungible tokens. We're going to talk a little bit about that, and Web3. The new web that's coming. It's going to change everything. Certainly, that the web changed everything. I remember when the internet, the World Wide Web, WWW, came out, and the promise, as I saw it, was the fusion of control. That fewer companies would have control over everything. And I've been wrong. Boy, was I wrong, right? It seems like that there's more control than ever by fewer than ever organizations on information, and so that promise has not been fulfilled. Again, it's in my view, it's going the wrong way. Well, Web3 promises to change some of that. And so that's this goes to the blockchain and what's out there for blockchain and how to decentralize control of the internet. And that's the promise of Web3. So I have stories on all that, but as we always do on Crypto Tuesday, let's start with taking a look at my thumbnail. No, that's not how we start. We don't generally start there. Generally, we'll start with the markets. And it's kind of a down day for all the markets for today. This is the last 24 hours. 5% loss, 4.47, 4.66 for Ethereum, 3.69 for Litecoin. So a down day. I know that there's been some up days in the last week, but today's downslide has taken much of that away, all of it away actually. And so for the week, it's down for the week from where we last viewed. Here's the Ethereum for the week, same thing here. It was up for the week and kind of took a dive today. So, where's all that going to end? Who knows where it's going to end? Up and down, roller coaster ride. So there's this great story here I wanted to review, and this is where I wanted to start, because I thought it was interesting about these. I think this is the story. Let me make sure this is the story. Nope, this is not the story I wanted to start with. This is about the year in review. This is the story I wanted to start with. And we can do an ad for Audi, but we're not going to do that. So here's the story: cryptocurrency, blockchains, and the future of. And again, this is an interesting story. So here's some very good news for anyone who is concerned that Americans do not appreciate the U.S. Constitution. And I think that there's not enough Americans who appreciate the U.S. Constitution, my own opinion. A copy of it was recently auctioned for a stunning price of $43.2 million. The frenzied bidding, and he says, Attorney Leahy, what has this got to do with anything? Well, let's get to it. Here's the frenzied bidding resulted from a new cryptocurrency phenomenon called the Decentralized Autonomous Organization, or a DAO, pronounced DAO. And it's no relation to the state. It's not related to the Wall Street trading. What exactly is a decentralized autonomous organization? A lot of people are going to be asking that question. And as it relates to the Constitution, this Constitution story. It began with Sotheby's auction house in Manhattan. Let it be known that they would be selling a copy of the U.S. Constitution, a rare first printing of the document that was made for the delegates for the Constitutional Convention. There are believed to be only 13 surviving copies that once belonged to those men who immortalized in painting, and some of them on the currency. It ended in a wild auction with $1 million bids phoned in by anonymous bidders, and the price flying up past $30 million until finally it came down to the final two bidders. The winning bidder was Ken Griffin, Chicagoan, the billionaire founder of the hedge fund and financial services company. The losing bidder was 17,437 donors who had chipped in a median donation of $206.26 through a platform called Juicebox. That group was Constitution DAO. Software engineer was one of the 30 people who became a core contributor of the DAO and then invited other people around the world to contribute to it using a specific cryptocurrency. The DAO was set up exclusively to buy the Constitution in Sotheby's auction. He told the story to The Verge, and it's eye-popping for anyone who has watched cryptocurrency from a distance and wondered exactly what it was and whether it mattered very much to anybody else. And again, this is really a story of the way blockchain is going to change the world. And I don't mean that, and I don't think I'm understanding that it's going to change the world. It has changed the world. The definition of a DAO is a group of people that come together around a shared community and a shared resource. The most fun description I've heard is that a DAO is a group of chat with a bank account, a group chat with the bank account. The bank account is a cryptocurrency. Constitution DAO raised approximately $47 million in Ethereum, approximately, because the value of Ethereum in dollars fluctuates constantly. It's worth only what someone will pay for it. Cryptocurrency is not backed by the full faith and credit of any government, although taxpayers should stay alert. If it all comes crashing down, we can expect pressure from another massive bailout from the legacy financial services industry to the exact extent that the value of cryptocurrency affects the value of the holdings of major banks, foreign governments, and politically connected investors. That's pretty much true. The precise plan for the Constitution DAO was to do what the Constitution was never fully developed. All the token holders who had purchased a piece of the action would have had some version of a vote as to which museum would be chosen to house the document and at what text next to the display case was going to say. This is one of the most interesting and hopeful parts of this story. There were more than 17,000 people in the cryptocurrency community who were so passionate about the Constitution that they opened their crypto wallets to buy tokens of ownership or governance of a rare copy of America's founding document. The Constitution isn't just another collectible. It's the charter of the United States, the only country ever to be founded on the idea that individuals have rights and that the purpose of the government is to secure and protect those rights. I'm giving the eye like, oh yeah. Let's remember that. The Declaration of Independence explained the idea, but the Constitution contains the precise instructions for building a free country. Today, after nearly 2 years of quasi or fully authoritarian mandates from government officials, mostly narcissists and middling intelligence and bullying personalities, it's very good news that there are so many people who had an instant and emotional reaction to the idea of banding together to buy freedom's greatest symbol and blueprint. Agreed. I agree 100% with that. Probably by the time you read this, the government will be trying to crack down on DAOs, which makes the story of the Constitution DAO that much more important to understand. It's not about money. It's about freedom. Again, this is why it's going to change, or it is changing the world. The government can't control cryptocurrencies, and it probably can't control the use of DAOs to crowdfund the purchase of other things, even very expensive things such as high-profile companies, sports teams, and majorities in Congress and state legislatures. You can buy a lot of elected officials for $43 million, and a DAO might be able to raise $430 million or even $4.3 billion. What happens if someone creates a DAO that is a political action committee, raising money to elect or defeat a politician or a whole slate of them? In campaign finance, virtually anything is legal if you hire enough attorneys to fill out the forms correctly. There have been a few times in history when a new technology has revolutionized politics, radio, television, computerized voter data. Cryptocurrency and blockchain technology enable independent-minded people to create decentralized financial networks that can rapidly generate millions of dollars for tens of thousands of people who are like-minded and highly motivated. These are tools that can be used to change the world with good ideas, maybe for the better. Again, I love that story because it does explain the decentralized version of cryptocurrencies, not controlled by anybody. So that they don't have the influence. The governments are trying to control it, but they're having a big problem with that. So let's see what's the next story I should read. This is so let's see. This is about, okay. Best cryptocurrencies at 21. This is a bit about the best, the mind-blowing returns of up to 51,000%. There are some that do that. If someone's trying to tell you they know which one's next, I'd have to doubt that. There's a story here. Let me go back here. This is about Web3, decentralized internet of the future. And this is why I want to talk about this, because it's also based on blockchain technology. And where Web 1 was simply a billboard, right? The first 1996 through 2004 through 2005, it was simply a billboard, right? So you put something up and you can read stuff. Web 2 became more interactive, where you could put data in and take data out. Web 3 is the generation of the internet. We have peer-to-peer interaction between and among users across a World Wide Web. However, there are no essential differences between the world and the web in this new concept of the internet. Data doesn't have a specific place to save or to be kept. Each participant connected to the internet by any device could have the same version of the data across the web. New data changes. This way, the chance of a hack of fraud's actions goes less and less. Please keep in mind that there might always be a risk of a leakage of the information, but at this moment, everything depends on the future and the rate of development of this technology. It is also a basis for development of artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things. The Internet of Things can be confusing to people. What is that Internet of Things? It's all the things that we own that are connected. And again, the problem is right now is there's so few companies are controlling it, right? We have Microsoft, all of the companies, Facebook, Twitter, but really Amazon and all of their web services and the cloud servers that they own. I think that they're much more powerful than Twitter is. Twitter, in my opinion, will be replaced. Facebook can be replaced, but it's very difficult to replace the structure where it's all stored. And that's what Web3 promises to do, is to take it away from this massive storage and the control of a few people. And that's the promise of Web3. And I think that's amazing. And another bet built on blockchain. Okay, so I have one more story I wanted to talk about. This was NFTs to Web3, what made 2021 the defining year of cryptocurrency. And again, NFTs, right? Non-fungible tokens. We keep hearing about it. And these are also based on blockchain, right? From mainstream acceptance, emergence of new digital coins, to challenging central authorities over the notion of currency, 2021 will be remembered as a defining year of cryptocurrency across the globe. As the world prepares for Web 3.0, people have now been exposed to the idea of adopting the digital ecosystem for currency in the form of digital tokens instead of cash. Bitcoin, the world's oldest and largest cryptocurrency, seized mainstream acceptance with El Salvador amid its dizzying rally throughout the year. Apart from this, blockchain-based technology gave birth to non-fungible tokens, being non-interchangeable, distinguishing itself from cryptocurrency. The positive sentiment around crypto around the world has not only encouraged investors, but a whole new breed of crypto entrepreneurs with the intention to transform the global financial system. The rise of crypto investors globally testifies the fact that it has emerged as the most popular investment avenue, challenging traditional asset classes such as gold, stocks, and real estate. With major announcements in the crypto market globally, 2021 was truly the year of cryptocurrency. As we near the end of 2021, here's a list of important events that helped crypto become the mainstream voice of the future. And I'm just going to review Elon Musk's $1.5 billion investment in crypto. Mainstream acceptance of vaults Bitcoin higher. Crypto clampdown in China. China's coming down on it. And all of these stories I've talked about. El Salvador became the first country to accept Bitcoin as legal currency. Non-fungible tokens go mainstream. Let me just read a little bit about that. Non-fungible tokens, a type of digital asset, exploded in popularity this year. With NFT artwork selling for millions of dollars, traded since 2017, NFTs surged in popularity in 2021, then had another explosive jump around August. An NFT is a digital asset that exists on a blockchain, a group of transactions kept on networked computers. NFTs are usually bought with cryptocurrencies or in dollars, and the blockchain keeps a record of transactions. While anyone can view the NFT, only the buyer has the status of being the official owner. Sales volume surged to $10.7 billion in the third quarter of 2021, according to data from the market tracker. On the biggest NFT marketplace, OpenSea, there were 2.6 billion of sales in October this year, a massive increase from the 4.8 million in October 2021. Like cryptocurrency bill in India, we know that that's coming. Web 3.0, we just talked about that. 2002 and beyond, what lies ahead. Here's what experts say for 2022 is expecting to look like a promising year for the crypto market. Of course it is. I just thought we would review it. It is the new year. It is our final Crypto Tuesday for 2021, and I thought it was appropriate to review some of the 2021 big moves. Blockchain is going to change the world, ladies and gentlemen. Get on board because that's what's happening. So understand what these things are. That's why I like to talk about the DAO, the NFT, the Web 3.0. These are things we should all know, and we should all have that in our vocabulary. So when other people are talking about it, we know what they're talking about, and we can teach them a thing or three, right? So that's what we should do. So let's get caught up on this. It's important. Again, Crypto Tuesday. We're going to be back next year. We'll talk about the new one. Anything new with crypto crypto. Remember, now we don't know what's going to happen next year, right? This Build Back Better plan might be coming back, might be bigger than ever. Maybe they come roaring back and pass all that stuff that I've been railing against. And if you're going to fight the IRS, where do you start? Here's where you start. Get a copy of my book, Deal with Your IRS Problem Today. Go to freeirsbook.com, freeirsbook.com. Get a copy of my book. And also remember to like and share this content. All news begins and ends with taxes. So today's tax talk is where it all begins. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Let me make sure that this is going to work. Thank you.